Hi, it's Dyke from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today, book is Lady and the Tramp from 1986. So let's get started. One Christmas Eve, many years ago, the streets and houses was covered with freshly fallen snow, and the lights burnt brightly in every window. The air tingled with excitement. Soon it would be time to open the presents. At last, the clock struck midnight. At Jim Dare and Darlin House home, many colorful boxes laid under the Christmas tree. Here, open this one first, said Jim Dare, handing Darlin a large box. What is it? Asked Darlin. Open it and you will see, said Jimmy Dare. Smiling, Darlin had barely undone the ribbon when out jumped a cocker spaniel puppy. Oh, he is so cute, cried Darlin. It's a she, and her name is Lady, corrected Jim Dare. Lady soon became the queen of the household. She was pampered and patted by everyone, and in return, she looked after the couple, fetching Jim Dare newspaper and slippers, and guarding the house at night. For her birthday, she received a beautiful blue collar. Look at how beautiful you are, said Darlin. Wait till the others sees me, thought Lady. Jock, the Scottish Terror, and Trusty, the Bloodhound, was her neighbors. They was pur-breed dog too, and very distinguished. Trusty had been Trusty had once been a brilliant tracker, but he had grown old and his nose wasn't what it used to be. What a beautiful collar, they exclaimed. You have grown into a lovely lady, a lovely little lady. But although Lady enjoyed her pampered life, one day she noticed that things had slowly begun to change. No one seemed to pay much attention to her anymore. She didn't understand what was happening. What have I done wrong? She asked herself. This afternoon, Jim Dare rushed by without even giving me a pat on the head, and Darlin spent all of her time knitting. She hadn't taken me for a walk in ages. And what's with all this talk about a happy event? A happy event, Pigeon, is the worst thing that could happen to you. Lady looked around in alarm. Who is that dog? She thought. Look at that scruffy animal. He had not even wearing a collar. How dare he talk to her or talk to me? It's a, said the stranger, who named what chimp. Your mistress is going to have a baby. Some brat will soon be pulling your tail and jumping on your back. Listen to me, Pidge. Leave that fancy collar behind and skedaddle out of here. So long and good luck, he added, with a wink and was gone in a flash. Champ the mongrel was right. Within a few days, the house was buzzing with our activities. People came and went, bringing presents and making funny noises over a crib. Lady was alarmed to see the baby. He's not so awful, she thought. In fact, he's really cute. Perhaps we'll be friends. Soon everything was back to normal, but not for long. One day, a fierce looking woman with a suitcase came to the door. Lady, this is Aunt Sarah, said Darlin. She's going to look after the baby while Jim there and I take a little vacation. When Aunt Sarah came, two Siamese cats who took over the house in no time. C and M was their name. They was crafty and bold. We are Siamese, if you please. We are Siamese, if you don't, please, they hissed. Where we come from, cats are king. The cat sneered at poor lady. They soon spread havoc throughout the house. First, they knocked over the goldfish bowl. They was after Goldie the goldfish, but Lady managed to protect them. While Lady was standing guard over Goldie, the two cats started to climb up toward Fifi, the canary. C grabbed the cage and shook it, while M tried to crawl the frightened bird. Stop that, barked Lady. Crash, bang, the cage fell, knocking down a painting. Aunt Sarah came rushing into the room. What is this? She demanded, pointing at the mess. C and M purred sweetly, pretending all innocence. Aunt Sarah glared at Lady. You naughty dog, you be punished for this. She threatened as she carried off the two cats. My poor babies, she crooned into their ear. You mustn't play with that wicked dog. Aunt Sarah returned with a man who was carrying a strange-looking contraption. Aunt Sarah grabbed Lady and held her tightly while the man put the leather contraption over her face. A muzzle, cried Lady. What are they going to do to me? Oh, I wish that Jim there in Darlin was here. She wiggled her way out of Aunt Sarah's arms and fled out of the house. Poor Lady was so frightened that she ran without watching where she was going. She rushed in between passing cars in along crowded streets. She wanted to get far away from Aunt Sarah as possible. A gang of stray dogs, seeing her dash by, started to chase after her, wearing a muzzle. She was easy game for them. When she heard the dog behind her, Lady even ran faster. Tramp, who was nearby, also heard the dogs and turned just in time to see what was happening. Poor little thing, I better go and help her, he thought to himself as he took off after the dogs. When Lady caught up with the dogs, he saw that Lady was cornered by two of their Syren animals. Aren't you guys ashamed of yourself? Picking on a defenseless creature? Groaning Champ leaped to Lady rescue. Scam you two before I make hamburgers meat out of you. It's Champ, yipped one of the bullies. Let's get out of here. They went off with their tails behind their legs. Hi there, Pigeon. Champ at your service, king of the mutts and prince of the mongrels, always ready for a scruffle. Champ peered at Lady. Hey, hadn't I seen you before? He asked, pricking up his ears. Poor Lady couldn't speak, not with the muzzle over her face. I got it, shouted Champ. You're the one who mistress with having a baby. What are you doing so far from home? And who put that muzzle on you? Champ realized that Lady could not answer him because her jaw was held together by the muzzle. Follow me, Pidge. We'll have that thing off in a jiffy. Champ led her to the zoo. They stopped at the crocodile cage. This should do it. Just stick your nose through those bars, suggested Champ. But Lady didn't like the gleam in the crocodile eyes. He looked more hungry than helpful. When Champ saw Lady back away in tears, he decided to look for another solution. They came across Busy Beaver, who was hard at work. Hi there, Busy. How are you about? Wait, how about giving us a hand, or should I say a tooth? Chuckled Champ. Uh, Busy waddled up to Lady and looked her over. Let me see. Oh, this should do. Wait, this should be no problem. A few graws here and there, and we'll have that muzzle off in no time. Busy knew his job well. His sharp teeth growled fiercely at the muzzle, and with a loud snap, it came off. Oh, Mr. Beaver, said Lady, I don't know how I can ever thank you. She wagged her tail in gratitude. Think nothing of it. It was my pleasure, replied Busy Beaver with a gracious bow. Now, and now I bet you are hungry, Pidge. Come on, I'll treat you to dinner. I hope you like Italian food, said Champ, and he guided Lady to the back of a little Italian restaurant. Champ, what a good surprise, beamed Tony the chef. And who would your... What a Bella, thought Lady. Tony was a real romantic. Soon he had the two dogs eating delicious spaghetti dinner by the candlelight, and while they ate, he played his accordion and sung love songs. This was very new to Lady. She was enjoying herself and told Champ about the baby, the Siamese cats, and Aunt Sarah. After dinner, Champ took Lady for a stroll in the park. There was a full moon. He really not so bad, thought Lady. He not a purebred like me, but there's something special about him. The two dogs fell asleep under the stars, each dreamed of the others. Lady woke up with a start. The sun had risen. It was late. I must go home now, she said. Everyone will be wondering where I am. What's wrong, Pidge? Asked Champ. Don't you like the outside life? Yes, but my masters. No master, no kennel, no chain. That's my motto, interrupted Champ, running beside her. Champ stopped suddenly. Do you hear what I hear? Chickens. And chicken means eggs, and eggs means breakfast. Before Lady could stop him, Champ dived into the midst of the clucking hens. Stop, don't do that, cried Lady. Someone will catch you. But Champ was having too much fun. Ping, ping, bullet flew above them. Run for it, Pidge. Someone is shooting at us, yelled Champ. I knew he'd get caught, thought Lady, and looked at him laughing. He thinks this is a joke. Champ ran on ahead and disappeared around the corner. Wait for me, Champ, begged Lady. Champ was too far ahead to hear Lady cry. When Lady stopped to catch her breath, a truck screeched to a halt. Two men jumped out and grabbed her. This is the thief, one of them said, caught red-handed. Look, there are feathers in her fur. Before she knew what had happened, Lady found herself behind bars at the city dog pound. Never had she seen so many scruffy-looking dogs. Tears welled up in her eyes. Oh dear, what did I get myself into? She cried as the door slammed behind her. This is no deluxe hotel, that's for sure, said Pedro, the Chihuahua. Where have you been all my life, honey? Teased the bulldog. Look at that collar. Those gems ain't fake. This dog got money, said Boris, the scrawny wolfhound. What do you do? Give the maid fleas? Joked the other. Oh, come on now, feller. Leave the girl alone. Can't you see that the kid got class? Said a sassy looking female. My name is Pig, she said to Lady. What's yours? Lady, introduce yourself. This pig may not be a shrieking violet, she thought, but she is certainly very kind. Don't worry, honey, said Pig, winking. Take it from someone who knows. A girl with your style won't stay here long. Peg knew what she was talking about. Within a half hour, Lady was stretched by one of the guards and escorted home. So long, Duchess, cried the dogs. Don't forget us. Pound change, our house change, are all the same. Down with all change. And speaking of chain, that is exactly what was waiting for Lady when she returned home. Aunt Sarah attached her to the doghouse with a short chain she could barely move. Jock and Chelsea came to finish her. They felt so sorry for their little friend Lady, was so ashamed she could barely speak. Lady was sitting in the doghouse when she heard a familiar voice said, Hi there, Pigeon. What's new? It was Champ, acting as if nothing had happened. Forgetting that she was chained, Lady ran up to him and nearly choked herself. Ah, so now you come, she said angrily. Have you no shame? How dare you come here after all that you have done? Look at me. This is your fault. The fur on her back rose with anger. But Pedge, began Champ, and don't you call me Pedge any more, she snorted. But let me explain, stumbled Champ. There's nothing to explain. Go away. I don't want ever want to see you again. With that, Lady turned her back on him. Wait, what's with her? Wondered Champ, and he went away with his tail behind his leg. She think I am a good for nothing. How can I show her that I am not so bad? She will never believe that I love her now. That night, a lady lay crying in the doghouse. A large rat crouched nearby, watching her. He was waiting for her to go to sleep, so that he could slip into the warm house. But Lady was too upset to sleep. She was feeling sad and lonely. She wished that Jim Dare and Darlin would come back. The rat was growing impatient. He decided to take a chance and quietly sneak toward the house. The rat climbed up a tree next to the house and jumped onto the roof. Lady saw him just as he was slipping through the window to the baby room. Woof woof, she barked. Running toward the house, she forgot about the chain again and almost strangled herself once more. Champ, who had been sneaking nearby, came running. A rat, cried Lady. A big rat just went into the baby room. Don't worry, Pigeon. I'll get him for you. Shouted Champ as he climbed into the house through a downstairs window. Aunt Sarah had been wakened by Lady barking. What is that little pest up to now? If she keeps barking like that, she will wake up the baby. Aunt Sarah was furious. I am going to teach her a lesson. Woof woof, Lady continued to bark in alarm. Just wait until I get hold of you, said Aunt Sarah, putting on her robe. Champ finally reached the baby room, and not a minute too soon, the rat was climbing up onto the baby crib. Champ jumped on top of him, growling furiously. Starter the rat lost his balance and fell to the floor. Champ landed next to him, and the two began to fight. Fur flew and teeth flashed as the two rode across the floor, but the rat was no match for the angry Champ. Meanwhile, Lady had broken off her chain and ran into the room. The rat lay dead. Champ had won the fight. Lady looked at Champ, who was licking his wounds. He was a bit scratched, but that was all. The noise had wakened the baby, who began to cry. Wah, wah, screamed the baby at the top of his lungs. The lady was thanking Champ when Aunt Sarah stormed into the room. She was purple with rage and was carrying a broom. She didn't notice the dead rat. She only had eyes for the two dogs. Out of here, you two. Down to the cellar. It's the dog pound for you, and this time it will be forever. A swish of the broom, and the two unlucky dogs found themselves down the stairs. The cellar door opened, and they rushed into the dark. Suddenly, Lady heard familiar voices. A bub. It's Jim there and Darlin. They came home, she told Champ. Within a few minutes, the cellar door opened. Lady, here, Lady, come on, girl, called Jim Dare. Lady told Champ to stay put and ran up the stairs into her master's arms. At the same time, the two men from the dog pound arrived at the house. Aunt Sarah told them about Champ, and they went to the cellar and grabbed him. Champ was rushed into the waiting van. Jussie and Jack saw him as he was driven away. We must help the old fellow, said Jock. He may not be a pure breed dog, but he is a good one. Well, lady, what's all this I hear about you misbehaving? Asked Jim there sternly. Lady knew that she couldn't explain what had happened. She had to show them the dead rat. They will understand if they saw it, she thought. She ran toward the stairs, hoping they would follow her. They did, and Lucky led them straight to the dead rat, half hidden under a chair. Aunt Sarah nearly fainted. Oh dear, and I thought they was after the baby. It was a rat. Oh no, they already took away the other dog to the dog pound. Come with me, lady, shouted Jim Dare. We'll find your friend. He saved our baby life. It's the very least we can do, he said as they left the house to find a cab. In the cab, Lady began to worry that they might be too late. Faster, please, hurry, she called to the driver and to Jim. She explained he is no saint. He is not really handsome either, but I love him all the same. In the meanwhile, Chelsea and Jack had followed the dog pound carriage. With the help of Chelsea knows, I am not so old after all, said Chelsea, and he was very proud. I'll head them off, he told Jack. As he ran in front of the horse was frightened and reared up, knocking over the carriage. Lady and Jim Dare finally caught up with the dog pound carriage. Jim Dare talked to the driver, and Lady ran around to the back. Oh, Tramp, are you hurt? She asked him. Hi there, Pidge. I'm just fine, answered Tramp. Nothing could harm that old scrondo. Tell me something, Tramp, said Lady several weeks later. What do they mean? Tramp looked at Lady and grinned. You got good memory, Pidge. It means my beautiful fiancée, and you are, aren't you? And so Lady and Champ became engaged and was soon married. Chelsea and his leg in a bandage, but otherwise fine, and Jock wearing his new plaid jacket, congratulated the happy couple. If it hadn't been for you, Chelsea, I'll be dead. Thank you, said Champ. It was nothing, old man. All in a day's work, replied the proud Chelsea. Christmas Eve came again, but this time there was 1, 2, 3, 4 puppies under the tree. So that was Lady and the Champ from 1986. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.